Welcome back, N64 on Nintendo Switch fans. We are revving it up and getting into gear for one of the most rockin' good times in any racer available on the Nintendo 64. This is F-Zero X.
Which is a sequel to the F-Zero game on the SNES. Ooh, polygonal F-Zero!
Why is it called X? Because extreme. No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't know the reason why they called F-Zero X, because the original was,
and it is because of extreme. We are late. We are in the late '90s, so yeah.
Gotta be the X for extra, and for expert handling of vehicles, going impossibly fast in intergalactic races to the death, even.
Okay, so which of the modes are we going to be showing off in this part, Mr. Cloud?
In this part, we're doing the Grand Prix race.
Okay.
You have the option to go immediately to the King Cup. If you'd like to settle for either the Jack or the Queen Cup, you can do that as well. There is a data save system, because this game wants you to gradually increase not only the number of tracks you can race on, but also the number of racers you can race with.
Yeah. F-Zero, I'm not entirely sure if F-Zero SNES actually had a progression-based unlocks, but the F-Zero X and F-Zero Maximum Velocity both do. I have just recently started trying out Maximum Velocity, and it's pretty fun so far. But, so, who are we going to be playing as? Are we going as everyone's favorite Captain Falcon?
Captain Falcon does eventually make an appearance. We are actually starting with
Dr. Stewart's Golden Fox. Okay.
The Golden Fox has an A rating for the boost, but it could use a little handling upgrade for the grip department.
Are?
It does take some getting used to as to which the buttons are. Once again, we are playing on the Nintendo Switch emulator, so the C buttons are going to give you the greatest challenge. What also is going to give you the greatest challenge if you're just returning to this game after X number of years is how best to handle not only the early game portions of the race, but how to use these tracks to get the biggest bang for your buck, exploiting your vehicle strengths. For example, the very last second right before you start the race, you can adjust on a slider the balance between your vehicle's ability to accelerate or your vehicle's maximum speed. So we decided that because the Mute City track, one of the hallmark tracks of F-Zero and the series, is largely just pretty straight with very gradual curves, we are opting to maximize our top speed.
But
being that the turns are not going to slow us down.
These uncontrolled drifts quite a bit with Dr. Stewart here, so.
I'm glad you're noticing the uncontrolled drifts, because those drifts will seriously detract from your current running speed.
Yeah, it's something that I noticed happening quite a bit in Maximum Velocity specifically. Is that if you weren't actually controlling your vehicle like you were in a Gran Turismo game, you ended up colliding and losing a shit ton of speed, like about every 10 seconds or so. But Stewart specifically seems to go into the uncontrolled drifts quite a lot more than I would assume. Like it looks like you have to tap the directional inputs in order to not go into those, and you blowed up.
Oh, that is a double whammy failure, because not only did we run out of health, we fell off of the racetrack.
Which immediately kills you, so.
The D grip rating on Dr. Stewart's Golden Fox is the reason why you will, lose control of the craft every single time you hit a directional button. If you're running a vehicle with an A grip rating, you have the luxury of being able to jam your vehicle into any direction you so choose, going as fast as you want in general, and you will maintain your velocity. However, you may have a little trouble going around those corners. The very few vehicles get that oh so desirable A grip rating.
I'm gonna guess that one of them is the Mighty Gazelle.
No. The Mighty Gazelle actually has a terrible grip rating.
Damn.
Why, is that one of your favorites?
No, actually, I don't know anything about most of the racers in F-Zero X. Like, I know that Captain Falcon is the one that you're supposed to actually open with because he's actually a very relatively well-balanced racer, and that Samurai Goro is one of the heavier racers that actually has really good top speed. But I know literally nothing else about the rest of the racers present.
It would behoove the F-Zero X player, as you had mentioned, Mr. Gradette, also to pay attention to the weight rating of the vehicles that you're playing as.
I noticed, however, that your jump specifically don't actually have all that heavy a penalty for not actually engaging in the jump system.
Oh yes, the jump system. You can either point your nose up to get air, or you could point your nose downwards in order to shoot right back onto the track and onto the ground. In general, you want to spend as little time in the air as possible.
For most vehicles. There are several vehicles, however, that actually have significantly better performance in the air than they do on the ground. I don't think the Blue Falcon is among them, but yeah.
That would be quite ironic, because the Blue Falcon is named for an avian creature.
Yes. Oh, is that actually Fox? No, that's Leon. Damn it. I know specifically that James McCloud actually shows up in F-Zero GX, but I don't remember if James is actually in AX or not.
Actually, he is. We just scrolled past his name in the total ranking. He did not do that well during that race. I think he came in like 15th place.
Okay.
Now that we have completed the first race of the 6-race Grand Prix Cup...
Ooh, it's 6 now? All right.
We have a rival.
Yeah, so who is our rival actually going to be this time?
The rival is usually the racer that comes in second in the very most recent race. The rival also usually is the racer that has the most points.
Okay.
After you complete each race, you gain points depending on your ranking. The higher your rank, the better your score. Black Shadow was the one who came in second. That's why he has the rival icon right now.
Okay.
So he's right now, he and only 3 or 4 other racers can hold a candle up to our score right now. In F-Zero X, you get 100 points for coming in first. And then every ranking below 100, you get 7 fewer points. So the detriment really adds up if you start off strong, but then you end up in 10th place in a later race.
7 points makes the math really weird. Like, I would understand if it was 10 points or even 20 points from first, but like 7 is weird, man.
Well, you figure there are 30 racers in the race. If you come in dead last, I think you get 0. You need points if you want to win.
Wow, this track was
nice,
way
quicker.
One.
Oh yeah, this track is ridiculously easy. Mute City is sets up the more realistic expectations for the rest of the game. This is a track that now it wants you to practice using your boost.
Okay.
The boost will drain some health, but it will give you a boost in speed. Just use your boost wisely.
Yeah, Black Shadow is down 14 points now. Okay.
Black Shadow is really keeping on our heels. And also notice that Black Shadow is in 29th place while we start in 30th. Mm-hmm. The rank that you start in the race line depends on how well you did in the preceding race.
Yep. If you take first, you start in last.
Oh, be careful exiting this tube
these
here.
Tunnels are gonna fucking destroy my eyes. Ow.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you don't spend a lot of time in it. Here's another one. Whee! Oh, somebody just blew up.
Yeah. So the question that I have for the tunnels then is because they clearly actually have hazards on them, so to speak. How long can you actually sit on the hazards before you become explodificated?
Well, just to clarify, the main hazard on the tube is the other racers. And because of the fight system in this game, you can only collide with the other racers for so long before you die from taking too much damage.
Right. Thankfully, you do have shield rechargers at the just before the start of this course, and usually at the start of most other courses.
They usually put the boost. I mean, the boost. It's funny I say the boost because when you start seeing that pink wax on type deal that will restore your health a bit, that's when you're going to start spamming the boost button. In the final lap, you are going to be jamming that boost button until you run out of health completely.
Black Shadow did really poorly this race, actually.
And he will be punished for it accordingly.
So now our rival's going to shift over to Octoman?
I think... Yeah, Octoman is now in second place, trailing us by 33 points.
Devil's Forest.
Don't think that just because you have a strong lead right now means that you can take a nosedive in the rankings in a subsequent race and still maintain your lead. Somebody can still overtake us at this point.
True, but as long as we're taking second in the next couple of races, the cup's over.
Pretty much, yes. And indeed, you guessed correctly, Mr. Groda. Octoman is now a current rival.
Okay.
As a note on the AI and the amount of health they have, hence 2 vehicles have already been destroyed. I'm pretty sure that the AI does not have as much health as we do.
At least for novice, definitely. Yeah, for novice specifically, yeah, they do not have as much health as we do. But
now, Mr. Greta, did you notice that we just gained a star on the right side of the screen there?
Oh no, they actually count the number of racers you eliminate, don't they?
Precisely, which is especially delicious in death race mode, when all you're doing is just going around lap after lap in circles, taking out the other racers.
Now, I recall that in F-Zero GX, you actually have a spin attack system that you can use in order to specifically drain shields or kill opponents. Do we have an actual attack button for F-Zero X?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Gradette. The only way you can inflict damage on other racers in this game is by ramming into them.
Okay.
Either on the side, in the back, or you can cause them to collide into you because 2 objects meet. It doesn't matter who is the instigator and who bumped into who. Both vehicles are going to take at least some damage.
Right.
Which is, and I do confess that it was unfortunate. I didn't do my research as to the implications of weights or body type. But the lower your body rating, the more vulnerable you are to getting attacked.
Right.
And I conjecture, at best, and I hope I'm right, that the weight means that you can throw your weight around.
Mighty Gazelle took last place.
Hey, it sucks to suck.
Okay, so since we lose 7 points per ranking, we're up to track 5, Big Blue. This is another very famous track design for the F-Zero series.
Indeed. That Big Blue and Mute City are 2 levels in Super Smash Bros. Melee.
And in Super Mario Kart 8.
Doot 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 doot. One of the most famous video game tracks of all time, the Big Blue theme.
Okay, being on the outside of the tube is just as disorienting because look at all the fucking sky that you have to that you're trying to not deal with.
Yeah, it's the big blue ocean and the big blue sky and the big wallop that you receive right over here if you're not in control of your vehicle, because that little series of quick turns right there can destroy you if you're not ready for it and you don't have a lot of health.
Right.
And with enough practice, you can learn where the boost markers are on the tube that makes Big Blue rather unique as a level, that it is one of only a couple levels in the game that gives you the outside tube, that you're going to be on the outside, and take care not to fall off of the tube by going really crazy with that boost there, bucko.
Alright, so, can Dr. Stewart's Golden Fox act... Oh, it can, in fact, break the 1,000 kilometers an hour.
Oh yeah, all of the vehicles can achieve some wicked high velocity. I think I capped out around like 1,500.
15 with fucking who? I would think that the maximum speed difference between racers would be at most 200.
Right, but don't forget too that you can adjust what your top speed is.
True. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
All right, jam it. Here we go. Boom, baby.
Okay, so although we can't take last place in the next race, we can finish down to like 15th or some shit. Because our only actual competition right now is Octoman. So
let's take a look at the scores. We gain 100 points by coming in first for the 5th race in a row. I like that they actually counted the 1,000th place as to how well you did.
Yeah, Octoman is below us by 47 points, so we can effectively take 8th and still be fine.
Right, but see, just by observing that, you can tell how high the stakes continue to be, even after we've been racing perfectly this entire time.
I see that missing vehicle, Mr. Cloud.
Yeah, I died on this one. This is it's the final. The Port Town is the final race of the Jack Cup, and easily the most challenging. There is a massive air jump that, like the other races, are going to test your ability to keep up with the changes, because there's a different gimmick for each of the maps. This is, can you land? Whee!
You did successfully land. Woot. But
yes.
unfortunately,
now do it again 2 more times.
You didn't actually gain placements with it.
No, we can gain placements because on novice difficulty, these guys race like crap.
At least after the jump, like pretty much everyone. Yeah, see, they do have a spin attack. I don't know how to do
that's
it.
That's not an attack.
No,
that's
definitely
an animation.
a spin attack.
No, bro, no, that's because they slow down dramatically when they do that.
Yes, it does cost you. It does cost you some speed to do the spin attack, but you can in fact attempt to do the spin attack.
Are you insinuating that after 25 years of playing F-Zero X that I never knew that there was a spin attack in the game?
Yeah, because we're seeing the AI pull it off.
Yeah, but I never see them like attack each other with it. I just see it happen and say, "Oh, okay, he just lost control of his vehicle for a second." Because I imagine that's the cost.
That is explicitly not how losing control of your vehicle ends up working. You don't end up, spinning out that way. You just dramatically slow down.
Huh, maybe that explains why it takes me upwards of 20 minutes to do Death Race. Alright, we're on the straightaway now. Here we go. Jam that button.
And we got second. So Octoman does beat us in this one race, but we still have way more than enough points to, just clinch it out anyway. Woot!
That's it.
Hey,
Let's
Mr.
take a look at
Zero.
these Rackies. Yeah.
You see, I recognize some of these racers thanks to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but I don't recognize most of them. I recognize Pico, I recognize Zoda, I most certainly recognize Black Shadow and Biorex, and Jody Summer.
And just like Leon kind of looks like Fox and that James McCloud is actually a character in the game, yeah, I imagine that a lot of these characters are meant to homage other existing video game characters in folklore. And
silence.
With our impressive run-through of the minimal difficulty.
Top speed, man.
And it does remind us which levels we got kills in. We did get a kill in the Devil's Forest.
1351, Jesus.
You got a total of 1 kill. Congratulations. It's alright. They were not really dead because they came back in the very next race.
After filing an insurance claim.
I can only imagine how many gazillions of galactic bucks that racers would have to shell out for the insurance purposes. Of course, you get the biggest bounty payout if you come in first, baby.
Alright,
And
in the next episode,
game
we'll
at
continue
last,
doing F-Zero X with the, we're doing Queen's Cup next, right?
we're doing Queen's Cup next, and the game will thank you for playing. And Regular Rabbit Commentaries thanks you for watching this initial episode of F-Zero X. We'll rev up with you next time.
Be safe, everybody.
Keep on racing.